Okay, Rahul, good to have you here. You're the CEO and president of Mawson Infrastructure Group. You are a lot of things, but it's interesting. I was asking you earlier, you're a Bitcoin mining company, publicly traded, right?
Correct.
But you're also something else, which some Bitcoin mining companies aren't.
Thanks for having me, Rob. Appreciate being here. So we are, as you said, a NASDAQ-listed, publicly traded Bitcoin miner and collocation company, ticker symbol MIGI, MIGI. And we have three primary businesses. So we're a Bitcoin miner. We're also a collocation business company where we operate and manage miners, which are essentially, as you know, computing resources to mine Bitcoin and
managing other miners
for third-party enterprise.
Are they typically? So that's what I'm interested in. The mining part we can talk about,
yeah.
But the third-party thing, is that smaller miners? Is that what we're talking about? Are they smaller when the third party? Are they actually people mining?
So the reason why customers come to us for our collocation services is essentially, we're now, and we've really been in the midst of transforming the company over the last several months. We are now one of the largest collocation providers in the industry.
Is this a big thing? This is actually, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I've never realized people do that.
Yeah. The reason why customers like working with us is from their standpoint, they're thinking about the financial returns of being in the digital assets business, but they don't want to be in the day-to-day business of managing or operating these miners, which, as you know, is managing the hardware, having, the software to monitor the miners, think about how you get, the highest uptime possible. And, we've proven ourselves to be really good at this. We are now...
So wait, who are the clients in this case? Not necessarily miners.
So they are some of the, they're either large financial institutions.
Okay, so it could just be a financial institution.
Or, they could be large hardware manufacturers. Okay. They could also be other public and private miners who are looking to, expand their business and want to partner with someone.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
So I feel like in the mining space, one of the things most people don't realize is, I mean, you're on the NASDAQ, right? And you publicly traded miners are, but it's a technology business.
Correct. That's exactly.
It's not truly a mining business in the sense of, you wouldn't think of like a mining company that's digging up metals as a technology company. In the Bitcoin mining space, you're technology companies first.
That's exactly.
And you may be making your money mining, but you're fundamentally a tech company before you're anything else, right?
You're exactly right. Like if you look at my background, I come from, Yahoo, Nokia, spend most of my career running Silicon Valley tech companies. And our team is very deep technology as well. And, our viewpoint's exactly the same as yours, Rob, which is we are essentially a technology company. And what we do is combine hardware and software to deliver the best performance possible, either for our own, self-mining business or for our collocation business for our enterprise great customers.
So the question then that I have is, based off of that, this is sort of a specific and in general, is the future of most technology companies, and it may not be, but that we're going to see more of what you just described, that originally tech companies were just tech.
Right.
Are we going to see in the evolution of blockchain Web3 more and more tech companies that are tech and, as you put it, in our case, we're infrastructure and tech. Maybe we are. Maybe Microsoft's already moving that way. I'm saying, but is that actually kind of an evolution of technology, or is that just kind of unique to certain kinds of sectors inside it?
I think it's inevitable. I think if you sort of think about, whether you think about Amazon or you think about Microsoft, you think about Google, while most consumers know them from their consumer-facing applications, what really powers their business is their back-end infrastructure. Right, you sort of think about AWS.
Yeah, I was about to say that, AWS, the perfect example.
Right, and, my hometown, Seattle, Amazon's, a hometown company. And, if you talk to anybody at Amazon, they'll tell you that the underlying reason for Amazon's success is the infrastructure that they've built. And, we believe that that is the essential bedrock for any successful technology company. And, Mawson being now one of the, fastest growing digital infrastructure companies, I think puts us into a really good place.
So the last thing I want to ask you then is, and I think this is an interesting conversation about technology.
Yeah.
Again, I started by saying I don't think most people understand that mining is really a tech business, right? But we're in an evolution into what I think is a new tech era that we've never come close to, right? So your thoughts on it? You said you came, I think, from, I don't know if you said from Yahoo and other tech companies. Web 1, let's just call it 2000-ish, 99, whatever. Web 2, you know, the social media stuff. I think this whole thing that people think of as Web 3, which again, for a lot of people, they're like, A, what is that? B, they think, oh, it's a metaverse, I'm not interested. But it's really, I think, maybe the most significant tech transformation we've seen in human history. Am I right or wrong? And maybe I'm self-interested in saying that, but I think it's going to change everything.
I think it's going to be fundamentally transformative. You know, I've been fortunate to be in the forefront of what I would consider 4 big innovation waves. You know, the first early one was the internet.
So late 90s or whatever, right?
Yeah, right.
Or early, I guess it could be early, mid to, right.
That's exactly
early
right.
90s, I meant.
So I sort of saw, you know, the evolution of the internet. I then saw the evolution of mobile. I then saw the evolution of cloud. And now I believe we're in an evolution around digital assets and certainly AI and HPC. And, you know, at Mawson, we're seeing that firsthand. You know, as you said, we're a publicly traded company. When we reported our numbers in January this year, we had shown revenue growth 3-fold as compared to January the previous year. And when we reported, you know, Q1 earnings this year, our revenue grew, you know, 145% compared to, you know, the previous first quarter. And so I think the numbers sort of speak for themselves. It's going to be a transformative technology shift. And you're going to see, you know, a lot of growth-oriented companies being very successful.
So if I'm a retail investor out there, tune in for more, because I'm going to get into the conversations. We're doing a thing called the Roundtable 100 of like interesting ventures. You know, they're like, what are those? Because obviously people want to like keep their eye on what they should be getting into. So have you come on and talk about one?
No, I appreciate it. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Thanks, Rob.